Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is January the 1st, 2020. We made it, baby. Strong hand, long-term thinking. And I know a lot of you have been thinking long-term about 2020. Well, since 2016, which is pretty long-term, isn't it? 5-digit realm in motion. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Offended by selling. We're going to talk about that today. And we're going to talk about unconfiscatable. Compete. Don't complain. We'll talk about that and some conviction. Hello, my elite friends. Welcome to the 2020s. You can see I am pumped. You should be pumped also. Hey, we'll have time for questions and answers. Type in Bitcoin Meister in there and or do a super chat, and I will see it, and I will answer your question on this first day of 2020, the first day of the 2020s. What a time to be alive in this futuristic realm that we have entered. So I want to talk about a legend from the teens in the Bitcoin space, and that is Vortex. And he made an announcement today, which was a sad announcement, but I wanted to share it with everyone so you all know. And first of all, he'll still be around Twitter for all you Twitter heads. That's just another reason to be on Twitter, people. All my elite friends out there, be on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TECHBALT, and Vortex at the one Vortex. And it's linked to below what he says. Announcement, I'll be stepping back from podcasting in 2020. I don't want to make a deal out of this, but I have some things going on in my personal life that require more of my attention. I am just glad to have been a part of the public conversation. So you can still see his old stuff on his channel, CryptoCast, and on the World Crypto Network in their archives. Hey, I wish him well. I know he'll be back. He'll come. The halving will solve all, baby. So Vortex, maybe we won't see you in 2020. He won't be making any appearances on my show either. I've been trying to do some behind the scenes stuff, but he's taking care of his business. But baby, I'll see you in 2021. And for all my people out there, I just want to, as a reminder, I'm not going anywhere. You know, a new show here every day. Now I got the conviction, baby. Everyone's got to do something different in their life. Everybody's got to do their thing. So we know Vortex will be back, though. All right. What do we have here? Just, you got to be patient. Long-term thinker. He's a young man. He'll be back. And if you miss him a lot, check out the archives below. Check out some of those things. He's been on This Week in Bitcoin show many a time. Many, many times. We've had some fun times. He was on the legendary one, March 17th, 2017 also. So the best show ever on this channel, maybe. Okay, another legend who you guys haven't seen enough of. He's interviewed me from his undisclosed location near Camp David. Craig Shipp has he's not going anywhere. He's got a good tweet out there. This year in the USA, we will have the 2020 Bitcoin halving and a presidential election. Which really matters? Great question. Is this the year for no coiners to get off of zero? Vote with your money. Pound that like button, people. Vote with your money. You can't change the outcome of the election. Don't get obsessed over something that you don't have control over. You have full control over your economic destiny. They don't exist. They don't control you. Don't scapegoat and blame they, because there's no such thing as they. But it's you. You change your own economic destiny. So yeah, we're having this halving. You can worry about a presidential election, or you can buy Bitcoin and benefit from this new economic paradigm, this new financial instrument. And it's still new. It's only 11 years old on Friday. And yes, we're doing This Week in Bitcoin on Friday. We will be. It is the day of proof of keys, so we will be talking about that. Ansel Lindner will be on the show. Blake Anderson will be on the show. He will be making an incredible comeback. And Steve Barber from Canada will be on the show. The dude in the cold border between Alberta and Saskatchewan, mining Bitcoin off of natural gas waste. Okay. Between Alberta and Saskatchewan, around the border. but I think he's based in Alberta, though. Moving on. I love you, Alberta. I know you guys are watching tonight. Pound that like button. Oh, it's cold there. Same time in Alberta as it is here in Tucson, different temperature. Ow. All right. So, yeah, halving hype soon. Don't worry. We'll talk about halving hype will start after proof of keys, at least on my end. I'll start using that hashtag again. 123 No Scope said, Bitcoin Meister, do you think it's going to be possible for you to accumulate more Bitcoin during the 2020s than you did during the last decade? Or is it out of reach at this point? Yeah, it's out of reach for me at this point. For me personally, I acquired an incredible, I have a good amount of Bitcoin. So I will not be acquiring that same amount. No, it's just, I don't anticipate, well, never say never. Never say never. Maybe there'll be some incredible crypto dividends that come out. I really don't anticipate that. But I didn't anticipate the creation of crypto dividends. None of us did. So I said that on yesterday's show. It's so hard to predict financial innovation. So maybe there'll be something that'll come out that will reward holders, that will allow me to get as many Bitcoin as I did this decade. If that happens, there are going to be a whole lot of rich holders out there, like really wealthy dudes. So we shall see. And so and there are going to be some people that are saying, "Whoa, yeah, maybe Adam, you'll be able to get a lot because it'll be $2 a Bitcoin." No, that's not happening either. So I don't foresee it getting so cheap. I could buy that many Bitcoin either, that I could equal the amount I got this past decade, or in the teens. So there, very good question there. 123 No Scope. All right, so moving on. Yeah, it's the first of the year, and I am going wild here. I am so happy. At last, we have talked about this year for so long. Now, we're not at the halving yet, but we're at the year of the halving at long last. So I just want to say that the people around watching this, you should be very proud that you made it. You made it, dudes. You didn't have weak hands. You made it here, and you should be proud. And you're here for get ready for a great ride here. I mean, it's already been a wild ride, but be real happy. Now, something I wanted to add on from yesterday's show. We are still in this space. Anyone can get into this space and outside the space. Don't get discouraged by the naysayers, okay? There are still going to be plenty of people with that mentality who blame they. Always looking for scapegoats. They cause my problems. And with age, I have seen, aging from 2016 to 2020, I have learned in this short period of time, and over a longer period of time, is fear is what keeps some people out, keeps people out of motion. Not some people. When you fear, you're out of motion. Okay, you're not in motion. So if you are out there blaming they and falling for the people who blame they, because there are so many people. Let's blame the bankers. Let's blame this. Let's blame this. They're the cause of our problems. Well, if you spend all your day blaming, you're not buying. You're not doing anything. You're not being productive at all. So we're still going to have those people. We're still going to have the doomers here. I just want to say it's a big industry. Doom is a big industry. But I just want to say a huge thing. There will be no civil war. There will be no civil war. When I say there will be no civil war, I mean there will be no civil war in the United States of America. That's a beyond Bitcoin side. Because that scares people. People are like, "Ooh, better go live in my basement because the United States is going to be ripped apart. We're going to be fighting each other. We're going to be at war." No, that's not going to happen. People, they're too into watching TV and what's the pay TV thing? What's that darn? I don't even know what it is now. Well, you can do Amazon Prime, all these. What's the one with the V? It starts Netflix. Yeah, they're too busy with the Netflix and the Walmart. Don't worry, they're not the 80%ers don't have civil wars. They just they go with popular culture. And as I said before, I've said, I don't think I said this earlier, but I've said this in other shows. You don't build a movement on negativity, on selecting enemies. Okay, that's not what this is about. It's about improving yourself. So you can select enemies and be part of those type of movements, blamers, doomers, scapegoaters, or you can improve yourself. This Bitcoin, quite a way to financially improve yourself in this golden age decade. So everyone, again, you made it to 2020. Be proud. Many weak hands dropped out. You have the privilege to be around during this incredible time. Get pumped, dudes. Get pumped like you're freaking Adam Meister, all right? Like your eyes are freaking popping out of your head, and pound that like button. All right. Roman Q says, any new guests that you are planning to have on the show? Yes, I am. On the 10th, we're probably going to have 2 new ones. So on the 3rd, we're going to have some classics come back. But on the 10th, we're going to have some new ones come, hopefully. I don't want to jinx it yet. But someone who's pretty well known over Twitter, who's got a podcast, and then a European guy who maybe a lot of you don't know. But yes, there will be new guests. Start second This Week in Bitcoin show of the year. And yeah, best freaking guest in the space. Pound that like button. So tune in on the 3rd for great dudes like Ansel and Steve and Blake. And tune in on the 10th for some new guys, hopefully, if all goes well. And we'll have more on that soon. Happy New Year, Bitcoin Meister in motion for the Bitcoin halving year 2020. Thank you, Bitcoin to the moon. It was great to meet you in person in 2019, dude. And I shall return to Australia if all goes well in late 2020, because I love Australia. Love going there every year since 2015. And I love going to LA, love going to the Holy Land of Israel. Long live the land of Israel. I'm in a little cycle here. I'm repetitive in some of the places. But this year, besides having new guests, I'm going to go to new places like Geneva, Switzerland on April 21st to April 30th. I will be in Geneva. That is new. And of course, I'll be in El Paso, Texas. I've never been in the Perth of Texas before. El Paso, Texas. I'm going to be there in 2 weeks, right? On February 11th. January 14th to February 11th. Okay. Let's move on here to an awesome report. This Coin Metrics report, whenever it comes out, is awesome. Pure numbers, lots of graphs, if you like graphs, okay? But it always shows that Bitcoin is just on another level compared to the top tier altcoins, because it compares and contrasts with the top tier altcoins and some lesser altcoins. And here is a great quote from the report this week. In Bitcoin's case, where its market cap grew by 97%, while its realized cap only grew by 28%, price increased more than the average cost basis. Now, again, I love the realized cap measurement. You can find out more about that at the report, actually, which signifies that most investors held on than real profits. So when we had the price, first of all, the price in terms of fiat freaks this past year, it doubled, but still, and it more at one point, what did it do? It quadrupled at one point. And the strong hands did not sell. Adam Meister did not sell. What's his name? Didn't sell. Well, I can't remember. I want to say Blake Anderson. Blake Anderson didn't sell. I can't think of what's his face. Proof of Keys didn't sell. Whatever his darn name is. Why can't I think of his name? Right. Anyway, the rich keep getting richer because he definitely is rich, and that's what happens when you don't sell. You just keep getting richer. You keep on getting those crypto dividends. You don't panic sell. You don't have to worry about dealing with the IRS and all this stuff. If you just bought, you don't sell. It's no transaction at all there, no taxable event. But why can't I? I'm going crazy here. But yeah, that's a good statistic there. Strong hand, baby. But the rich keep getting richer. The strong handers keep getting richer. And still, we're going to have the doomers, the blamers. Oh, you guys got lucky. It's all your fault. We need the government to take away from you. Oh, no. It's unconfiscatable, baby. They're not taking this away. All right, pound it. So here's a guy who's been a naysayer for a while. And I couldn't, first of all, how I didn't remember Trace's name is beyond my comprehension. I don't know. It must have been New Year's Eve. I must have partied I didn't party at all. I can't remember freaking Trace Mayer's name. Trace Mayer, he didn't sound he was Bitcoin. Not only that, he's getting people to pull out of those exchanges. Proof of Keys, January 3rd. We'll talk about it. So here's a guy who used to be a naysayer. Mish. I don't even go to Mish's blog anymore. But I stumbled upon something he put out there. I used to talk about how he was a hater of Bitcoin, and he's changed a little here. So there's hope. There's hope for the haters. Hey, man, we can't discriminate against the haters. If he wants to get into Bitcoin, he can get into Bitcoin. I hope he does. He's a smart guy, but he's definitely not always right. He says, Bitcoin is definitely not a fraud. Well, thanks, Mish. Something I once mistakenly believed. Now, look, that's good. He can admit his mistakes. Some people can't admit their mistakes. It is, in fact, a free market construct. Very good, dude. But if central, there's a but, and I don't like big buts. Well, but if central banks or governments are ever threatened by it, they will destroy it. Incorrect. They can't destroy it. You'll learn more, Mish. You're moving along. Very good. Very good. All right. So let's talk about some how to avoid premature Bitcoin evacuation in 2020. Because that's very important. You know, we're talking about the rich getting richer. They didn't sell their Bitcoin. But you got to know how to avoid this. Now, Matt Odell has a quote out there. He says, what did he say? The biggest regret of my life would be selling prematurely. And that's what inspired my new saying there, avoid premature Bitcoin evacuation. Matt Odell's biggest regret of his life would be selling prematurely. You should get that into your head, people. That is it. There are many people who regret selling it in 2012, 2016. They thought this was the top. It couldn't get any higher. Premature evacuation. It's something that happens to guys. It happens, but it doesn't have to happen to you at all, okay? If you've got a strong hand. Now, if you're about to prematurely evacuate your Bitcoin, you think of me. Think of me when you're about to prematurely evacuate that Bitcoin, and you will have a strong hand. Now, some guys, when they're about to prematurely evacuate, they think about their grandmothers. They think about something disgusting or whatever. Now, remember, the Trezor is the best protection against prematurely evacuating your Bitcoin. And it's the best bang for your buck out there, that Trezor. Anyway, so don't be a regretter. That definitely would be the biggest regret of my life also. But, man, you know I got a freaking strongest hand on this side of the Mississippi, all right? So I'm not prematurely evacuating, but that would be a horrible regret. And I've got one of my sayings is no regrets. So you know I'm not selling that Bitcoin because I don't have regrets. And I don't have any regrets in my Bitcoin buildup to where I am either. So yeah, avoid premature Bitcoin evacuation in 2020 and beyond. Okay, and it happens to a lot of guys, but dude, you got to have that strong hand. Refer to this video if you ever feel like that's about to happen to you, and just have it on that Trezor. Have it on best protection out there, best bang for your buck. I mean, yeah, the other a hardware wallet of some sort is the best bang for your buck. They don't give those things out for free. Actually, some people do give them out for free, for cheap, but they might not be that good. The one I'm thinking about is what's his name? The guy out of Colorado. I can't even think of it because I don't recommend people using it. Shapeshift, whatever one they make. That one they were giving away for $5 or something. All right, pound that like button. Now, there is this dude, your crypto dad, has this saying. He had it on Twitter. He had it on a Twitter thread. They were talking about someone who was giving away just nonsense. There are all these Twitter heads, and I mean, all these people on social media, they give away money or altcoins, like follow me, retweet this, you'll get this. Okay, that's the way they do it. But this person had a funny name, and I linked to his tweet. He said, she's one of the biggest engagement LARPs on CT. She's one of the biggest engagement LARPs on crypto Twitter. I really like that term, engagement LARP. I think that really sums up what those people are. They're definitely not Bitcoiners. I mean, it's fine if you're going to be. Now, LARP doesn't really. I don't think he's using the term LARP correctly either there. But when you pair it with engagement LARP, it definitely means something different. You know what it means. You know what an engagement LARP is. And definitely the person he's describing, engagement LARP. Definitely an engagement LARP. There are all sorts of altcoin or engagement LARPs. I mean, that's their business. So, but dudes, if you're listening to a word of advice from engagement LARPs or building or diversifying for the sake of diversification because some hot engagement LARP told you to, oh, dude, you really got to learn what an engagement LARP is there. And you got to learn a difference between a Bitcoiner and an engagement LARP. That's something for 2020 there, for those of you who are just not properly valuing your wealth in Bitcoin and getting fooled by pretty faces out there. All right. Now, here's a tweet from Balaji. China may be first, but and this is totally 2020s, dude. China may be first, but over the 2020s, many major states will launch national digital currencies. These will then have exchange rates with decentralized digital currencies. Well, let's break down that statement. I definitely agree that all sorts of countries are going to try to have their Fed coins, and that you will be able to exchange these Fed coins for Bitcoin. That is what the exchange rate will be. You're not going to be able to, like, right away when the first ones come out. It's not. You're not going to be able to exchange China's Fed coin for IOTA. Okay, they're not going to do that. It's going to be Bitcoin. I mean, that's the world reserve cryptocurrency right now. That's what you can exchange any crypto for right now, any altcoin for right now. So I expect the same thing to be. And some people are going to say, well, you can trade some for Ethereum too. Okay. Secondarily, a little bit of Bitcoin is the overwhelming one that you exchange everything for. Okay, so world reserve cryptocurrency. Let Facebook create their own. Let China create their own. Let whoever, New Zealand, I don't care, Ethiopia create. The 2020s is going to happen a lot. It's a big decade, dude. But it will be Bitcoin. It will be Bitcoin, at least at first, that people are going to figure out ways to change it into. So God willing, if you get some of this China digital currency or whatever, turn into Bitcoin as quick as possible, dudes. All right. Yeah, proof of keys. Oh, yeah, and this week at Bitcoin will be at 6 p.m. Baltimore time, 11 p.m. London time. That's 3 p.m. in Los Angeles, California on Friday. And we will definitely talk about whatever is going on proof of keys. Hopefully an exchange will be brought down. Remember, take that stuff off of Hit BTC, withdraw from Hit BTC, use that pull-out method on Hit BTC, baby. Oh, better safe than sorry, the pull-out method. So, oh no, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Oh, here we go. This is from Tel Aviv. I talked about Israel beforehand. And tomorrow, if you're in Tel Aviv, Thursday, January 2nd, we're celebrating Bitcoin's 11th birthday and our new floor. Join us on Thursday at 21 o'clock. And that's 9 o'clock Tel Aviv time, obviously 9 p.m. Tel Aviv time. And I'm really glad to hear that they're opening their new floor. When I was there, the last time, I left in September. And I got a special VIP tour of, they're expanding the whole, or I guess they've expanded the whole embassy into this, it looked like a bunker almost underneath, maybe it was a bunker, a fallout shelter underneath the building there. It was a basement, very structurally sound, thick walls and such. Kind of dingy down there at the time because no one ever went down there, but they were turning it, they were like doubling the space of the Bitcoin embassy. I hope they did it. And I hope they did a great job. I'm sure they did. And so if you're there, everyone in Tel Aviv, I will be there. I will be there on April 30th, at least until June 1st. I will be there for your beautiful 2020 halving party. And we all remember last year their 10th anniversary party, which is, of course, was also on a Thursday. Thursday is a huge party night in Tel Aviv. Huge! Because Friday, the weekend starts, and most people don't work on Friday. If you have an office job, you don't work on Friday at least. And so they're going to be partying Thursday nights there. And that's just a tip for anyone that goes to Tel Aviv. All the drunks are out on Thursday nights, especially during the warmer months when all the tourists are there. Oh my God. Fun times. Good. And Wednesday night, they start drinking. It's crazy. Crazy. All right. So I've been giving you a good songs to listen to. And I don't know if I've given this one in the faraway past, but it's Rebel Rebel by David Bowie. And I think that's definitely appropriate still here as we enter the 2020s, because you're still, if you've got a strong hand, if you know what the halving is, if you've got the Bitcoin Meister inside information, you're definitely a rebel, dude. You are personal responsibility is new counterculture. You're part of that counterculture. So you're a rebel. Rebel, David Bowie, link to below. Check it out. It is a great, one of my favorites, I guess. Probably my favorite David Bowie song. And it gives me a flashback to being at a party in New York City. So I think of New York a little bit when I hear that song, but I definitely think about all of us, the rebels. All right, see you guys. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video. Check out all the links below. Pound that like button, bang that button. We bang that bell button. We made it, dudes. We made it. It's the 2020s. We're on that road to the halving. Let's get through this proof of keys thing and let the halving hype start. It is such a great time to be alive during this golden age. Be healthy, people. Make the most of your time here, baby. And I will say hi to you dudes in the chat right now. See ya. Bye.